Okay, welcome to Module 3, Part 2, Networking and Social Media. The focus for this lecture is how to make the most of a job fair or expo, employer showcase, career fair. They're all basically the same. So here's what we'll cover. We'll talk about what to do before the career fair, what to do during the career fair, and what to do after the career fair. So let's look at what the purpose is. Companies will come to a job fair to meet and screen a large number of candidates, and they spend a lot of money to basically rent one of these tables or booths so they can put up a display and meet with students. They collect resumes, and their plan is to follow up at a later date for interviews. Their goal is to meet as many qualified candidates as possible and to identify those that they want to follow up with an interview. Your goal is to be the most qualified candidate and get an interview. This is typically what a career fair looks like. You can see that employers try to outdo one another. They have these big booths, they'll have giveaways, they have information about their company, and they'll have representatives wanting to talk with you either in front of the table, behind the table. There's a lot of different ways they do it, but they're there to meet you and learn about you and give you information about their company. So what to do before the fair? You need to know how it works. You need to know how it's set up. You need to have goals going in. You should identify companies of interest, do your research, have a resume ready, and have your elevator speech ready to go. Job fairs usually run 3 or 4 hours long. Companies will have representatives at their booths giving out information, collecting resumes, and they'll talk about the company and screen potential candidates. Lists of participating employers are always provided, both before the event and during when you're at the event, so you can know who's at the event and who you should be talking to. Usually a map is provided to show you where they're located. Here's what employers look for: leadership skills, people that are goal-oriented, teamwork, creativity, communication, attention to detail, motivation and good work ethic, entrepreneurial spirit, initiative, and integrity. You should always make a good impression. I took this picture at a job fair a number of years ago. This is not the impression you want to make with employers. You definitely want to dress for success. So you want to wear shoes that are well maintained, have your hair neat and well managed, and your clothes should be clean, pressed, and conservative in appearance. For women, a suit is always a good way to go for job fairs. You can a suit or slacks with a blazer and a blouse with neutral colors is also advisable. Pantyhose, no runs, be conservative, basic pumps, 1 to 2 inch heel, simple accessories, keep the jewelry to a minimum. Same thing with cologne and perfume, and you can carry a portfolio with you or a briefcase. For men, same thing. This is the corporate look. This is the nonprofit look. You definitely want to have a sport coat and slacks with a shirt and tie. If you're going into corporate, you definitely want to have the suit with the shirt and tie. Take a look at some of these people that we took this picture at our job fair. You can see this is a mistake guys make a lot of times. They put on a tie thinking, okay, I'm professional, but it really isn't. This is very business casual. This is way too casual. We get a lot of negative comments from employers. This is the professional look. For women, same thing, very casual, business casual. This is professional. Again, kind of business casual, very professional, too casual. Very professional, business casual, too casual. So dress for success. It makes a big difference when you're meeting people at job fairs. You can see I took these pictures at job fairs as well. It makes a great impression when you're meeting employers. So what impression do you make, and what does your attire say about you? Be sure to bring enough copies of your resume to give out to the employers you plan to speak with. Do your homework before the fair. Research the employers who will be there, and make a target list of employers you plan to talk with. Find out about the company. What is their product or service? What's their mission? When was it created and why? Do they have a headquarters or main office? Where are they located? How many employees do they have? What jobs did they hire for? What's their policy? Are they involved in the community? Maybe know a little something about their financial situation, any news about them, and what do other people think about the company. Here's a typical, when we do our Osprey Career Fair, for example, this is the event guide for spring of 2014. So let's take a look. Here's Enterprise Rent-A-Car, which comes to a lot of our job fairs. They do a lot of recruiting here. You can see that they listed that they are interested in all majors. They have full-time entry-level positions. And they give their website. So let's take a quick look at their website. See the kind of information you can get. It has information about their company, their culture, opportunities that they have. It even lists their benefits and how to find them. So let's take a look at some of their opportunities. So you can see they have a management training program, they have internships, veteran and transitioning military folks. List of their benefits includes health, dental, vision, and so on. Home, information about our company. So very easy to find out information about a company prior to a job fair. All right, let's take a look at how to work your plan. Where you can systematically go and find the people that you want. You want to have a positive attitude, good firm handshake. Your goal should be to get a business card and give them a copy of your resume. This is typically how the booklet will look. You can see here's a list of all the employers that were at the spring 2014 job fair. It lists the table assignment. And then you would make a target list. So you would identify, for example, these companies and what tables they're located at, and then you would mark them on your map. So usually you'll get a map like this of where they are, so you find them, and then when you come to the job fair, you systematically seek out these companies first, because these are the companies that you've identified are your target companies and would be a good match. Once you achieve that, then you can go back and wander around and talk to the other ones. But just going in without a goal in mind, without researching companies, without having a target list, it's very unproductive, and you'll be very frustrated wandering around, because you're going to end up talking to a lot of companies that aren't looking for your major. So doing that research ahead of time is the key to making a job search work for you. Give a good firm handshake, good eye contact, be sure to listen, speak clearly, have a good elevator speech, and always ask for information or a clarification. 30-second introduction. Your elevator speech is what we're talking about. This is your 30-second, here's who I am, here's what I'm interested in, I want to learn more about you. What to say: hi, my name is, I'm majoring in, I'm interested in beginning work doing this. Briefly tell about your background qualifications, and be ready to ask questions. Do you have a co-op internship, summer program? What are the requirements? What are your entry-level positions? When should I apply? Can I give you a copy of my resume? And so on. Be sure to demonstrate a sincere interest in their company. Know something about them. Show that you've done your homework, and have thought out questions and know your story. Say thank you for their time, and be sure to follow up. After the career fair, send them a thank you note, and be sure to follow up. Your goal should be to try and get an interview, so call them after